Hi everyone, welcome to Water Tanks with stewiejp. I'm Stewie, you're not in this. Extravaganza is going to be a little bit different, a little bit of low tier extravaganza in today's video. Saturday, 4 replays, 4 Fast and Furious battles if you like, at tier 3 or 4. Now you might call it a seal clubbing extravaganza, you might call it people who like or enjoy the low tiers. I'm not sure. Let's see. We're going to kick it off with the old mate Stewie. Stewie with a Y, no relation. The younger Stewie, my alias, the bloke who often helps me out with my Twitch and my YouTube stuff and often carries me in some spectacular platoon battles as well. He's got Twitch and YouTube as well. Check him out. The link will be down below with all the other groovy stuff that we've got down there. And I highly recommend you give him a follow, a like, all that kind of jazz. Very entertaining young man, very clever at what he does, and he's running around in the Pz1C, so don't hold that against him. The Pz1C is a tier 3 German light tank, the one with a machine gun. I know people are going to say, Stewie, it's not a machine gun, it's an auto cannon or some crap like that. Look, it looks like a machine gun and it sounds like a machine gun. If it looks like a duck and it quacks, I'm going to call it a duck. There goes his first kill, the ASRock, the Type 91. What's the Type 91? No idea. Tier 3 Japanese heavy, I'm tipping, and that was pretty filthy. 405 damage already. Look out for that though. Bang goes his ASRock. Gets taken down to 67 hit points. Now, if you're used to higher tier gameplay, you can see that Stewie's on 470 damage. Now, 470 damage might be just one shot at a higher tier. It might be less than one shot at a higher tier, but he started with 230 hit points, so he's already done double the amount of hit points in his than his vehicle's got. So he's off to a pretty good start. Unloads into the R35, whatever the hell that is. A lot of those shots did bounce. 3-4 is the score. He's got 2 kills already, and he's just about reloaded. This is an auto loader. This is an auto loader. It's got 40. It's got 40 rounds in the clip. That's why when you look at that 7.92mm gun, 8 damage. 8 damage sounds tiny. It is tiny, but you got 40. You got 40 of these bad boys ready to rock and roll when you got a full clip loaded. 33 penetration with standard rounds, which is armor piercing, which is what he's got loaded now. APCR, premium ammunition, 43 rounds. So it's an extra third of your penetration for the premium ammunition, and that's where people get really filthy in this bad boy. Now the Pz1C, not saying anything good or bad about seal clubbing. Stewie with a Y, he loves his Pz1C. It's a fun little tank. It's fast, it's furious, and you can have lots of laughs with it. That's for sure. Now, if you're looking at the playlists, and if you're not from the Australian server or the Latin American server, because they've got them as well, bots at low tiers. So when the Australian server started, the one concern was that players may not be able to find battles at low tiers, especially players that might have recently joined the game because when the Australian server opened, or the Australian New Zealand server opened, and the concern was they might download the game, start playing, and not have any opponents because there weren't many low tier players on the server. So Wargaming introduced bots for tier 1 to 5 to try and help these new players get some games, get some experience up to unlock the mid to lower tiers a little bit quicker and not wasting all their time sitting in queue. 7-7's a score. Now, the Australian server has got that, as well as I believe the Latin American server might have it as well, or they did. Anyway, 8-7's a score. Now, these bots can be notified, but they've got a little square next to their name. They've also got a colon either end of their in-game name in the team list. I believe the same thing works with, I think Water Warships might do the same thing. Not sure about Blitz. Anyway, 9-8's a score. Back to Stewie's little thing. I'm not sure if they give Top Guns away at tier 3. We'll probably find out at the end of this video, but Stewie with a Y, my alias, the other Stewie, not me, the other bloke, he's running around with 6 kills, 1,089 hit points of damage. Now, 1,089, that's nearly 5 times the amount of hit points that he brought into this game. That's pretty big. He sees the MKA, unloads into him, unloads 40 APCR rounds. Unloads 40 APCR rounds into the MKA, which is, look, I don't pretend to know what an MKA is. It's a tier 2, I can see that. But the MKA on the enemy team is one of the real players. Maybe that's why Stewie wants to make sure he gets rid of him. And he's kicking back in the bush. He's trying to be invisible, that MKA. He rolls up there. Now, he's not spotted, but it doesn't matter if he's spotted. You can still unload into that bush and kill him. He's got 16 premium shells left. Or are they special shells? Who knows? The R35 looks like to be his next target. Reloading standard ammunition so he can get a full clip, hopefully into the side of the, I'm going to say French, tier 2 light tank. I don't know. What's the coin? 10-9's a score. Stewie with a Y from 1AR clan, feeling absolutely filthy in his Pz1C. Finds a T70, whatever the hell that is. I'm going to say Russian for the T70. Shoots him in the side, sends him back to the garage for kill number 8. bring the score up to 11-9. There's still 4 enemy tanks remaining. 2 of them are bots. Everyone else on Stewie's team, apart from the Panzer II, is a bot as well. Now, I'm not sure if that means it's going to be easier or hard. Unloads into the back of the R35. Looks like he bounced quite a few of those rounds, but the R35 that's a tiny gun. That looks like a very inaccurate derpy kind of thing. I'm not too sure about what that thing is. Stewie's just sitting there going, well, look, he might have an inaccurate gun, but I'm only on 67 hit points. 67 hit points could be a little bit of a concern. 11-9 is the score. Stewie with a Y from 1AR clan on 8 kills. 1,393 hit points of damage. He's blocked 50 hit points of damage. No assisted damage yet because, well, wait till you see the end game result. Not many other players have picked up much damage in this one. Now, these Pz1Cs, 1AR, you might know about 1AR shenanigans on a Saturday night. Not every Saturday night, but every now and then we have Pz1C racers running around in training rooms, doing laps of maps and trying to flip each other and not allowed to shoot, but you can push each other over, have a great time. Generally, a few beverages get consumed, and generally some funny things happen, and it's always worth joining in if you can, and it does get streamed. Quite a few of us stream it as well, which is pretty cool. Stewie from 1AR clan, he's one of them. He loves his shenanigans. He loves his Pz1C, the tier 3 German light tank. He finds artillery. You know what it's like when you're in a light tank and you find an artillery. He's running around this circuit. He's going to have to cross the cap to get to this artillery, and I can see the artillery's not aiming his way, and he'll be rubbing his hands together saying, no worries. If it's all right with you, little arty, I'm just going to blow you away. Now, that artillery was a real player. I think it was. That artillery was a real player, and that's probably why he focused him. Get rid of the real players first, and then the bots can be a little bit easier to get. Now, the Panzer Jag 1 on the enemy team. He's on 4 kills. He was last spotted up there, not too far from where Stewie is. Here's the Panzer Jag 1 now, coming towards Stewie. Stewie finds him, machine guns into him, kills him before the Panzer Jag 1. What is that? Tier 2? Tier 2 German tank destroyer, I'm going to say. 14-11. That's his 10th kill. That's 10 kills. 10 of them. That's filthy. Now he's reloaded premium ammunition back to the APCR. He gets spotted. The R35 will more than likely be turning to look at him. So he gets the rock between him and the tier 2 light tank. And it looks like the R35 is angling. Is certainly angling. Look at him. You can see him angling his tank, trying to make the most of his brilliant tier 2 armor. I'm not sure. Stewie's sitting there going, gee, I'm on 10 kills here. 1,603 damage. That's a lot for a tier 3. 1,626 hit points of damage. Looks like he's going to go for the big flanking maneuver. Does he have the back? He does. He has the back of this tank. Can he get it? He does. Picks up the 11th kill. Picks up the 11th kill. And it was just him and a few bots left in the end. 15-11 on mines in the Panzer. What's it called? The Pz1C. Trust me, I know what I'm doing. I'm a community contributor. Where's the result page, Stewie? There it is. Hopefully it comes up. Yes, it does. Stewie with a Y. Stewie with a Y _. Don't forget to check him out on YouTube and Twitch for lots more funny shenanigans and beautiful things. He does some amazing work over there. Don't worry about that. That was an Ace Tanker Mastery badge. I just broke the game. That's what he's called this replay. Wait till you see the result. Ace Tanker Mastery badge, Bruiser medal. You also picked up the Demolition Expert for blowing the head off that type at the start of the battle. Fire for effect, high caliber, top gun. Now, of course, it would have been a pools medal. If it wasn't tier 3, it would have been a pools medal. I think they started, I don't know, tier 5 or 6 for the 10 kills, but top gun for getting the 6 kills anyway. He ended up with 11 kills, 1,721 hit points of damage, 11 kills. The bloke who got the second highest damage did 150. So he did 10, 11, did more than 11 times the amount of damage what the person who got second. And there's quite a few donuts in that scoreboard on both teams, to be fair. But 1328 base experience. He fired 520 shots, 303 hit, 202 penetrated. All I can say about that is wow. Cost him 22 and a bit thousand credits. That's after tax with a premium account in that 8-minute game. The Pz1C. That's the old mate Stewie from 1AR. Don't forget to check him out. Let's move on to our second game in this tier 3 and 4 Extravaganza. This is the old mate Jump. Jump is feeling pretty filthy as well in the Panzer IIJ. Now the Panzer IIJ is it can be regarded as a controversial vehicle. I'm not sure if you would call it. It used to, what's he doing? He's zooming in and out like a madman. He's in the Pz1C. This is the premium tier 3 German light tank. Light tank by name only. It's got a hell of a lot of armor, and of course it is another autocannon type gun. Now, if you look down the bottom, this is filthy gameplay at its filthiest. The old mate jump. He's just look out. He's set the Type 91 on fire. What is it about Type 91s in today's video? There was one in the last one. Jump's already picked up his first kill, getting rid of the, what was it? Was it the Type 91 in the end that he got the kill on? Oh no, he was too fast to catch it. 3-3's the score. Jumps on 566 damage. He's blocked 360. That's the thing with this tank. This thing is not really fast. Look at how it's not really that fast at all. But it does have brilliant armor at the front. A hell of a lot of tanks that it comes up against cannot penetrate this thing frontally. But as a way to try to balance it, the gun is absolutely dreadful, and that's why Jump doesn't have any standard ammunition loaded at all. 11 hit points of damage, 23 penetration with standard. Remember, the Pz1C was 33 for the standard rounds. Premium is 46 with 11 damage. So the gun plays similar to the Pz1C that we just saw Stewie in, and Jump's just found artillery. I know what Jump will say when he sees that artillery. He'll say, "Yulty, thank you very much." Grabs his second kill. 6-6 is the score, 810 damage done so far. We're on steps, and Jump's gone straight up the guts of the steps in his Pz1C, feel. The reason it can be contentious too is it has been a very expensive tank to purchase in the past, in the hundreds of dollars. And yes, I did buy one. 6-7's the score. Jump sitting on the cap, and I don't know, he's maybe thinking about capping this one. Now he's got chocolate running there instead of a fire extinguisher, which is going to help his reload time, his aim time. And look, doing that in a tier 3 premium tank is it's something to talk about anyway. 7-9's the score. Jump's just going to kick back here and sit on the cap. Make them come to him. That's not a bad move, because the Pz1C is very, very slow indeed. And now he's just unloading his shells into the back of this M3 Stuart. Got the kill on the T46 and the M3 Stuart. 4 kills to Jump on her from 1AR clan in the Pz1C. 1136 damage done. 420 damage blocked. Even though he's sitting out here in the open, and the tanks on the enemy team, they've got pretty good shots on him. He hasn't taken any damage whatsoever. That's what I was talking about with that strong frontal armor of this thing. Now, he just set that tank on fire, the Pz1C, but looks like the fire's gone out. He's still going to sit on the base. There's 39 seconds left before he can cap this out. There you go. He's just been reset by the Matilda. Now, that was an HE round by the Matilda. That Matilda player clearly knows what he's doing. He knows he's probably going to struggle to penetrate the Pz1C, so throwing an HE round towards it just to track that Jump is going to certainly reset the cap. Now, the Matilda's going to be an interesting to see if he's going to be able to penetrate this. Now, the Pz1C, when it first came out, and even now, it has preferential matchmaking. You won't see a tier 5 tank in this tank, but the tier 3 matchmaker in general, all tier 3 tanks now don't see tier 5s, as far as I'm aware anyway. So that's sort of maybe an indirect nerf on the Pz1C. I'm not sure. 9-10's the score. Jump on her from 1AR clan on 5 kills, 1389 hit points of damage, 660 damage blocked, 400 assisted damage. He's backing out here because he does not want to fight this Matilda on a 1 versus 1. It's now 4 versus 4. 11-11's the score. Jump on her from 1AR on 6 kills, 1400 damage, 660 damage blocked, and he's clearly looking down there towards the 9-0 line because all of his teammates are back at the base. There's a Matilda and a Panzer 38NA, whatever the hell that is, back at the base, and of course the artillery on his team is back at the base as well. It's going to quicken this one up because it's going to take him a little while to catch up with these enemy tanks. The Pz1C, not the fastest tank in the game, not by any stretch of the imagination. He would have been looking at that B1, licking his lips though, that's for sure. And but he finds the cruiser and just goes bang. No worries, I'll take kill number 7. That just leaves 1 tank remaining. 14-11 is the score, and of course that 1 tank remaining is the Matilda. The Matilda, the tier 4, is it tier 4 British medium tank, but that has very, very strong armor. That's why he's pinging the map like a madman. He needs some help here. He cannot take this Matilda down by himself, even though he's on pretty high hit points, well, very high hit points. He's only lost 34 health. 14-11, 7 kills to Jump, 1439 damage done, 600 assisted 600 damage block, 500 assisted damage. Now, artillery just did have a shot at the enemy Matilda, but Jump's not going to have the speed to flank the Matilda, and probably not hasn't really got the gun to do too much damage. So he's just bouncing that Matilda because the Matilda is very strong frontally as well. But just trying to looks like he's trying to track him. Bounces the return shot from Matilda. Just trying to keep this Matilda tracked and hope that artillery will start pounding away. Loses 105 hit points of damage to the Matilda's gun. Continues to shoot him and keep him tracked. There it goes. The friendly Matilda gets rid of the enemy one, and the old mate Jump from 1AR in the PzIIJ finishes the game with 7 kills on steps. And also, of course, that's the wrong one, Stewie. What are you doing? Top gun in a PzIIJ in a Tier 4 game. That's what he's entitled that replay. It was not too bad at all. Ace Tanker Mastery Badge, Bruiser Medal, Demolition Expert, because he ammo-racked one of those tanks early on. I can't remember which one it was. Fire for effect, shell-proof, cool-headed, patrol duty, steel wall, high-caliber top gun. Is there any medals he didn't get? I'm not sure. I don't know. You tell me. Top the score charts with 1,439 hit points of damage. At least the Matilda had a bit of a go. And again, similar to the other Stewie's replay, the bot's really not doing too much. 1,360 base experience, 7 kills. He fired 308 shots, 195 penetrated, 195 hits, 117 penetrated. Goes to show the low penetration guns such as the PzIIJ. That's the balancing factor, I guess. But wait till you see the credits. It cost him 104,000 credits. That's with a premium account after tax in that 8-minute game. Yep, he paid 20,000 of that was for the chocolate, but the ammunition cost him well over 100,000 credits. And that's the thing with the PzIIJ. It is expensive to run, and that's why some people regard it as a pretty dirty tank, if that's the way you want to see it. The PzIIJ, absolutely fantastic. Let's move on to game number 3. This is my old mate Wasabi. A lot of people know this bloke. He's a hell of I've met him in real life. He's a hell of a nice guy, and he's been grinding up towards the Italian tanks. This is when the Italian tanks came out. The P2640 is the Tier 4. The Tier 4 Italian, what is it, a medium tank? I reckon it might be. I reckon it might be a medium tank at Tier 4. Not too sure. Now this one's a bit of a derpy kind of gun. Look at that, 117 damage into the Panzer 4D. Might get some assisted damage for that. No, he won't. It's a 75mm gun, 110 alpha damage, 97 penetration with armor-piercing rounds. Heat for premium ammunition is 110 damage, 130 penetration, so an extra 30%. And of course, they got HE round, 175 damage, 70 penetration. 70 penetration isn't too bad for an HE round. Let's see if Wasabi gets stuck into that. Some of the boys from 1AR have been running around in these as they've been grinding through. I think it was the Italian tanks that were on special when I recorded this video, and plenty of the boys flying through that very enjoyable line, the Italian medium tank line. I've been enjoying it anyway. Anyway, Wasabi's team are in a little bit of trouble as he puts one into the back of the DW2, puts another one into the back of it, and gun doesn't look too bad at all. It's aiming pretty well. I'm tipping he might have a pretty good crew, and who knows? He's only up to Tier 4, or maybe he's got a crew that he used. Maybe in one of his premium tanks. Maybe the what was it? The Progetto 46. Maybe he had a Progetto 46. So maybe he's got a pretty good crew. Anyway, he's picked up his first kill, 557 damage done so far. Looks like that's the Panzer 3J. That's not the one that Jump was in. That is a Tier 4 normal tank rather than a premium tank. Wasabi gets his second kill, getting rid of the German medium. 5-4's the score. He's rolling around this hill, looking. He knows there's a Lux and a Hetzer around the corner, or he guesses the Lux and the Hetzer that were last spotted not too long ago, just around there at A3. Looks towards where the T80 is, over in the middle of the map, or where he was last spotted. Anyway, nothing spotted now. So Wasabi's saying, no worries, I'll do it myself if I have to. Comes up there, finds the Type 95. The Hetzer is aiming his way. Looks like the Hetzer just fired, and Wasabi rolling up there, looking for a couple of pixels to aim at. Doesn't quite land that shot. It is good when those shots land though. Looks like the Hetzer just fired into the ground again. Wasabi misses his shot. Under pressure here. It's high pressure games at Tier 4. Wasabi from 1AR clan on 2 kills, 766 hit points of damage. Now Wasabi's been doing a bit of YouTubing as well. There'll be a link down below if I can find it. There'll be a link down below. I'm sure I can. And but look at this. The Hetzers put one shot into him. It doesn't matter because Wasabi says, I've got this. Take my kill number 4. 1,025 damage done so far. Only lost, he's lost 120 odd hit points he's lost. But he's got 4 kills. The score's 8-5. The results looking pretty good. Let's quicken it up as he starts flying towards the enemy base. Not the fastest tank in the world, the P2640, but that gun looks absolutely spectacular. And they were having some... the boys from 1AR clan were having some fun with it. I'm not noticing Wasabi not going for many HE shots because we all know what HE shots can be like. Sometimes it's funny. Sometimes it just fails miserably. Wasabi going for the reliable armor-piercing rounds as he's shooting into these enemy Tier 4 tanks. Doesn't quite land that one. That's the M8A1. Not going to pretend to know what that one is. It was a bot, though. You can see it was a bot from the colons, each side of the in-game name, as well as that little box emblem that, like we saw in the other games. 5 kills to Wasabi from 1AR clan in the P2640, the Tier 4 Italian tank, the one that leads to the Progettos, and the Progettos I've found have been absolutely fantastic to play. Wish I was a little bit better at them though, but certainly pretty handy tanks in the game. 10-5 to score, finally gets one into the M8A1. Is he going to poke again? If he pokes again, I think it might be the last thing he does. Wasabi nearly out of standard ammunition now, just 7 armor-piercing rounds remaining. Shoots and... gee, that one was close. Looking for that one pixel. The M4A1 only doing 13 hit points of damage with HE into Wasabi's tank. Wasabi's going, what the hell is going on here? I cannot hit the side of the barn from the inside. He's on 5 kills. All he wants is his top gun. There it is. Picks up kill number 6. Brings his damage up to 1,247. 11-6 is the score. And now he's going to... is he going to look for some more kills? Hopefully he does. I know what Wasabi's like. He won't just be saying, rightio, I've got 6 kills. That's my job done. He's going to roll around here and try and find the last of the base campers. Puts one into the Matilda. Takes him down to 245. I'm guessing that Matilda didn't think that shot would penetrate. Looking there. That shot certainly didn't. Matilda, like we saw in the last game, does have pretty good armour. 6 kills to Wasabi from 1AR clan in the P2640. 1372 hit points of damage done. Gets hit by the Matilda. I'm tipping the Matilda's gun might be a little bit more accurate than the Italian gun. Now, those two Matildas are in a platoon, so they're both probably there. Wasabi maybe recognising that and deciding to look for a different angle. There's the other Matilda. Blocks the Valentine too. Does get shot by the Matilda for 60 hit points though. 12-6 of the score. Only 3 enemy tanks remaining. 8 minutes left on the clock. Only 3 enemy tanks remaining. There's the Matilda on 224 hit points. Looks like artillery landed a shot onto the Tier 4 British tank. Gives Wasabi a little bit of assisted damage, which is of course going to help his score as well. More assisted damage onto the Matilda. He's realising that this poking game he's been playing with the Matildas, probably not the best idea. Looks towards the other side, looking for the other Matilda, and maybe the Valentine too. That other Matilda is behind a rock, so he can't quite get him. Looking. Where is he? He wants to be careful. He's only on 64 hit points. Looking around the corner. There's the Valentine 2. Shoots him and tracks him. He knows he's been spotted. Maybe he's been spotted all this time. I didn't see a 6th sense go off that time. Who knows? Shoots the Valentine 2 again. Of course, the Valentine 2 is another premium tank which only sees Tier 4s. He will never, ever see a Tier 5 tank whilst he's playing the Valentine 2, that bloke, unless he platoons with the wrong kind of tank. 13-7 the score now. Just the Matilda platoon left remaining, and this could go to show the Matildas can be a pretty formidable tank at Tier 4. They might be slow, but they do have pretty good, very good armour, I should say. Wasabi unfortunately got taken out by that Matilda, and now he's waiting for the result, hoping that his teammates can do this. He does. The SU-85B kills the Matilda, wins the game. Wasabi puts a good old GG in the chat, and let's see how he went in that one. Not an Ace Tanker Mastery Badge, but still not a bad replay in a Tier 4 vehicle nonetheless. The Italian tank is certainly a little bit of fun, and the boys from 1AR have been talking about that derpy gun, which can be a lot of fun in the right situation. First class Mastery Badge, Bruiser Medal, Duelist, 5 for effect, 2 bonds, high caliber, and the top gun. And of course, looking at the second page of the score charts, he clearly carried that one. This guy here did pretty good there. I don't know, that's the looks with 1200 damage. But Wasabi getting 1376 hit points of damage, 7 kills, 1159 base experience. He fired 37 shots, 22 hit, 17 penned, and a little bit of assisted damage as well. Made 14,000 credits after tax. That's with a premium account in that 8-minute game. Not too bad at all. And yeah, not a bad game at all on Al Hallouf. Apologies that I don't know what too many of these tanks are. What too many of these tanks are called at tier 3 and 4. Not often I get down to the low tiers. Here's a bloke that loves his Hetzer though. This is jumphoner again. Jumphoner again. That sounds like the first line in a interesting adult movie. He's in the Hetzer, the tier 4 German tank destroyer. That's where the saying comes from. Hetzers are going to hetz. The Hetzers, now this game is going to be fast and furious, so don't blink whatever you do. And hopefully the voice lasts. The Hetzer is a German tank destroyer, which we've already mentioned. He's got full HE loaded, 105mm gun, 410 alpha damage, 53 penetration. Wow, I never noticed that. Let's see how this goes. Looking for a shot on the Type 91. Of course, HE is the goods, and Jump is getting ready for some filthy action in that one. There goes a Type 91. What is it with Type 91s? Are they that bad, or are they that eager to die? I'm not sure. Jump on up from 1A Arkland in the Hetzer. Top tier in this tier 4 game in this Saturday Extravaganza. Tier 3 and 4 Extravaganza. We're not going to call it Club and Seals, but when you do Club Seals, you want to, I don't know, Club and Seals, whatever you want to call it. 1-2 is the score. Jump's got the 1 kill. HE rounds all day long. 105mm gun, 410 alpha damage, 53 penetration. You can see he's got the German chocolate as well as the binoculars there, ready to rock and roll. This is a fast and furious game though, and this is the last one in this Extravaganza. Looking at the top of, what was that? T29 at tier 3, different T29 to the one we're all used to seeing at tier 7. 3-2's a score. Looking at the turret of the tank, aim. There you go, 159 damage into the T29. 3-2's a score. Jump's got one of the kills. 400 damage already. He started with 270 hit points. He's still got him. He's bouncing that T29 quite comfortably. What's a T29? I'm tipping it's a tier 3 premium Russian light tank. Who knows? The Cruiser 2 looks like it's going to be the next one to aim at, and there he goes. Bang! There goes the Cruiser 2. He's on the ice road in this map. What's the map called? Mountain Pass, going up the ice road. Let's quicken it up a bit as the enemy teammates are falling apart. What's this one? DW2. We saw a DW2 in the other game. Look at that, 440 damage. Bang! With the HE round on the Hetzer. The tier 4 German tank destroyer. The one without a turret. He's got the groovy camo on it. He certainly knows what he's doing in this bad boy. Derpy gun. What did we say about the gun? The other ammunition, 105mm, 350 alpha, 64 pen, 104 pen with premium, which is heat, and of course HE. A little bit less pen, but plenty more damage. A Type 91. No, the Sav switches to HE, gets Jump for 97 hit points. Picking up some block damage. There's one into the side of the Sav, takes him down to half health. One more shot should be enough to get rid of the tier 4, what is it, Swedish tank destroyer. Doesn't quite kill him, takes him down to 20 hit points, but who cares? He'll be reloaded pretty quickly, and it looks like the Sav is going to drive straight into Jump's gun. 8-5 the score, 1680 damage done, 810 damage blocked by armor, 860. What's happening here? The team trying to throw this away. They were up by about 4 tanks not long ago. 8-6 is the score. Shoots towards the Sav, doesn't land it, loses his driver, needs to get rid of this TD before the TD reloads. He does, grabs his 6th kill, confirms the top gun, and now the score looks a lot better at 10-6. 10-7 now. There's a bit of stuff happening over there in the south. T18 HMC. Now that used to be another clubbing seal kind of tier 2 or tier 3 tank. Who knows? Jump on it from 1A Arkland though on 7 kills, 1810 damage. To put that in perspective, 1810 damage. He started with 270 hit points. What's that? 7 times the health of the tank. Looking towards the T82 HMC. Who knows what that is at tier 4? Looking for the gun depression, looking for a shot on that tank. Finds it, picks up his 8th kill. 12-8 is the score now. And here comes a Covenator on 32 hit points. Jump will say, thank you very much. I'll take a 9th kill. And now the enemy are coming one at a time. Another T29. You bounce a T29 earlier. Is the T29 going to shoot? No, he's not. Jump shoots him and gets his 10th kill. That's 10 out of the 14 kills to Jump on up from 1AR clan in the Hetzer. 10 kills. The Valentine gets the final kill. That's 15-8. And how's that, he says in the chat. How's that? I would have to say, not out. Ace Tagger Marksman badge from the old mate Jump in the Hetzer. Tier 4 German tank destroyer. Bruiser medal, fire for effect, shell proof, 3 bonds, Pescucci's medal for killing those 2 artilleries. High caliber, top gun for the 6 kills. 10 kills. Would have been a pools if it was of a higher tier. 10 kills, 2,029 damage. What did he start with? 230? 270 hit points he started the game with. So he got, what's that? 8 or 9 times the hit points of his vehicle. 10 kills, 1536 base experience. He fired 17 shots, 15 hit, 8 penetrated. He damaged and killed 10 out of the 15 enemy tanks. No problems whatsoever. And it didn't even cost him any credits. He made 13,000 credits in that 5-minute game at tier 4. Carried the specials indeed. Have a look at that snapshot of the score. Not too bad. Massive thanks for all the replays. Jump on up from 1AR clan. Wasabi also, and my old mate Stewie in the Pz1C. Don't forget to check Stewie out on Twitch and YouTube. Links will be down below. Once again, thanks for the replays. Thanks for watching, everyone. Take care and see you all next time.